Good morning, Peaceful Place friends. Teacher Mary here. Today we are going to talk about another letter sound. And last week we talked about the letter sound F. And today we are going to talk about the letter sound that comes after that. We're going to talk about the letter sound G. Okay? And last week we talked about how to do F in sign language, and G is G. And I'll turn my hand around so you can see what it looks like. My thumb is lined up with my pointer finger, and all my other fingers are tucked in there. G, G. All right, so I thought we could start this lesson on G with friends in our classes that start with G. And I can think of two friends that start with G. At Peaceful Place East, in my classroom, we have Grayson. We have Grayson in our classroom, and I know down at Erica's classroom at Peaceful Place West, you guys have Gus. Gus, and I remember Gus because I was his teacher before I moved up to the other school with teacher Merrill. Hi Gus, hi Grayson, miss you both, miss you all. So those are a couple of G friends. Maybe you have other family members or other friends in your lives at home that start with the letter G. And you can maybe think about them and write them down or talk about it in your family. Or just ask, do we have any family members or friends that start with the letter G? And you can talk about it. I know in my family, my littlest sister, her name is Gloria. G, Gloria. And here in my house, my partner's name is Greg. G, Greg. So there's a lot of good words when you stop to think about it, and they're all around you. So that is really fun to think about. What are people's names that start with G in your life or in your classroom? Okay, so I'm going to show you our beloved rainbow letter for G. G. And we have next to it a guitar. G, guitar. So, just like with our other rainbow just like with our other rainbow letters, we are going to pick out 3 colors. Of course, you can always do more, but I think I'm going to do this really light, nice lavender-like purple. And we're gonna trace. You're gonna start by where the circle of the G comes around. And then you're gonna go up, trace back, and go down. Just like that. There is the first one. And now, of course, since our letter sound is G, I'm gonna have to do some green. Up and down. Make this little hook underneath. That makes our G. There you see the green. Let's see, for my next color, I think I will do this lovely yellow. All right, we're gonna start over here. It's almost like a golden yellow. Golden. There we go. There's my 3 colors to make this G colorful like a rainbow. And then of course you can go ahead and color your image, your guitar, and make sure you trace that G instead of coloring it in, right? Because over here is what we get to color, and you can color whatever you want. You could make a green or gold guitar, but whatever color you'd like to make it, you of course can. All right, so next I wanted to talk about some things around your house that start with the sound G. All right, and I searched high and low and found some great items, great items that start with G. All right, you want to see what I found? All right, So I was looking in my kitchen and I found this granola bar, and the company who makes it is Good and Gather. I thought I had to include it. That's 3 Good Gather granola. Good and Gather granola bar. Pretty neat. And like last week, we had the apple, and we said fruit, right? Because it is a fruit. But what else is it? It's a green apple. So I thought, oh, that works. Green apple. All right. Now, if you watched the fun video on Friday that I made, you will have seen that I showed you how to make a galaxy jar. Galaxy jar. Galaxy starts with G. All right, and in that galaxy jar, that makes it so beautiful to look at, other than the colors, is the glitter. Glitter starts with G. All right, this is a big one, and this is so much fun. We love to play these in the classroom or at home with your families, I'm sure, is games. Games start with G. And I have Connect 4 and lots of other games, but I thought it'd be fun to include games. All right. Next, I have a gift. Gift. And what color is this gift? It's gold. It's a golden gift. Pretty neat. Thought that was a good object. Now, I love sharing pictures with you guys of my family, so I was thinking, who else other than my sister Gloria and my partner Greg start with G? My grandma. My grandma. Grandma starts with G. And grandpa or grandparents. But I have a picture of me and my grandma. Her name is Grandma Mary, and that's who I was named after. So I'm going to show you a picture of me, Mary, and my grandma, Mary. See that? Ooh. There's me and my grandma. Pretty neat. All right. Oh, one last thing. We love to use this in the classroom, and it gets messy and it sticks all over the place. It is glue. Glue starts with G also. There are so many things that start with G. We had granola bar, we had green apple, we had gift, we had games, we had glitter, galaxy jar, and glue, and of course grandma. Grandma started. All of those started with G. I wonder how many things you can find around your house that start with the letter sound G. You'll have to look around and see if you can spot any that I didn't catch around my house. Maybe you have different things that start with G. All right. So I thought of a little fun activity that we could do together to practice identifying and learning words that start with G. And it's a really funny story about a pirate. Okay, so we are going to put on our G thinking caps, and we are going to fill in the blanks with G words. All right, are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, so we are going to get into our silly pirate story, and I'll show you the story and what it kind of looks like. You'll see the picture up here. And down here where the words of the story are, you'll see some blank spaces. And in those blank spaces are words that we're going to put there that start with G. And we're not just going to do any random words that start with G. Underneath the lines, you'll see words like color, verb, adjective, noun, and we'll have to think of those kinds of words that start with G. So just to let you know and explain a little bit about what those words are that you might not have recognized. A verb is an action word. So that means that it's something you do, like grin, or grab. Like if you go to grab something, that's an action word, right? So we call it a verb. And then we have the adjectives, and those are words that describe things, like when we're trying to paint a picture for somebody that we're telling them about. So like we would say the green grass or the green apple. So green is a descriptive word, colors. Let's see, graceful or great. If something is great, great is an adjective. And golden or glad, those are adjectives that start with g. And then we have noun. And nouns are a people, place, or thing. So it's something you can hold, something you can touch or feel. So some nouns that start with g are game, garden, gift, glitter, goggles, glasses, things that you can touch or feel. And yeah, so that's that. Other things that are on here are pretty easy, like favorite foods. We can think of those that start with g. A reptile might be a little tricky. We'll probably just fill in an animal that starts with g, because not very many reptiles start with g, I found out. And color, we can think of some colors that start with g and fill them in. So what do you say we get started? All right, so as I go along here, oh, I'm not reading it yet. I want to fill in the blank spots before I read it, because as I'm reading it, I might try to make the g word fit the story, but the more silly it becomes is when you just fill them in randomly without really reading the story. So I'm going to go to my first open spot, and it says color. What are some colors that start with g? Well, there's green, there's gray, and gold. Which one should we use for our story? I like gold. Gold is shiny and pretty. So I'm going to put gold on the first blank space where it says to add color. All right. Next, as I go along, I see, oh, there's a blank spot, and underneath it says verb. And remember, that means an action or something that you can do. So, for instance, some verbs would be grin, gallop, glide, grab, grow, and go. It's a pretty easy one. Let's see, which one should we choose? Gallop. I think gallop sounds pretty cool. Gallop like a horse. All right, so we have gallop in that blank space. So I'm going to go to my next blank space, and it says adjective. Now that's something, remember, that you can use to describe something. So like we said, colors are an easy adjective to think of. So let's see, there was other adjectives like glad, golden, graceful, green, great. I think for mine I'm going to do green. Okay. Green. All right, you can see that there. All right, filling in the blanks as we go. All right, now the next one is a verb. So we need another verb, which is an action word. We already did gallop, so we don't want to repeat. The ones we have left are grin, glide, grab, grow, and go. I think I'm going to go with go. Pretty easy, simple. Go. All right. Now, next blank space is a noun. A noun. Remember, that's a person, place, or thing. Something you can hold or touch or put in a bag, put on a table. Let's see what some nouns are. There's game, garden, gift, glitter, goggles. I think I'm going to go with garden. I like garden. Gardens are beautiful, especially this time of year when everything is blooming. All right, so we filled in that blank space. And reptile. Not very many reptiles start with g, but other animals we could use, there's goose, gorilla, gecko, goat. Well, gecko, that's pretty close to reptile, right? So let's go with gecko. Gecko. Pretty cool. All right. Oh, a friend's name. is what our next blank space. So we said earlier that we have two friends that start with G. We have Gus and Grayson. So for this story, I think I'm going to use Gus. So Gus, you're gonna be in our story, okay? Your name's right there on the line. And then we need a verb, another action word. Let's see, we had grin and glide and grab because we already used gallop and go. So for this one, I think I'm going to use grow. Grow is a good one. We're all growing, right? Oop, almost wrote growing as I said it, so just grow. All right. Next, we need a plural noun. Now, a plural noun is just like a regular noun, but you add a S to the end so that it means like many, like gifts means more than one, or gardens means you have more than one garden, right? So let's see what plural noun we should use. Let's do, we had games left, we have gift, glitter, and goggles. I think goggles, right? Goggles, because it already has an S at the end. Goggles. Goggles. Great. Write that in on our line. And another color. We already used gold and green in our story, so that leaves us with gray. We'll do gray. All right. Last one is favorite food. Foods that start with G. Well, there's granola bar, there's green beans, or grapes. I love grapes, so I'm gonna write grapes in my story. You can write a different one at home, but for mine, I'm gonna say grapes. Grapes. All right. So we have gold, gallop, green, go, garden, gecko, Gus, grow, goggles, gray, and grapes. Pretty neat. All right, are you guys ready to read this story together? I'm so excited to see how it turns out. Okay, have you ever heard of Goldbeard the pirate? Goldbeard the pirate, his friends call him Pete for short. He would gallop the green seas. Gallop the green seas, that's kind of funny. When people saw Pete coming, they'd scream, "Go! Or he'll put you in a garden." What? That's too silly. He'll put you in a garden, but he's on the sea. Everyone feared Pete the pirate and his pet gecko named Gus. A gecko named Gus. He didn't want to be feared, though. He just wanted to grow. He just wanted to grow. To keep people from being scared, they put a pair of goggles on the flag. The brand new gray flag flew high in the sky, and everyone felt much better. Pirate Pete and his pet invited everyone on his ship to have grapes. That was a pretty silly story, wasn't it? So after you're done with filling in those blanks, you can color in this picture to match your story. Let me show you what I came up with. So when I did this, oh, I got it taped right here. All right, put that over. There is my picture. You can see the goggles on the flag, that's gray. You can see his beard is gold, and he's on the green sea. And can you see on his shoulder? Pretty tiny. Can you see what I tried to draw there? A gecko. The gecko, Gus. And then on the boat, I drew some grapes because he invited people to have grapes on his boat. So, pretty cool. Maybe you'll come up with other G words. I'll attach this for you to do at home with your family, and you guys can make a silly story and think of G words. I can also, with that, send some suggested G words to go in there that you guys can choose from. But I thought it was pretty funny to fill it in and read it back and have a little laugh and then make a funny picture at the top. All right, so that about wraps up our G lesson for today. Up next, we are going to read a book about, let's see what her name was again. That's right, Gertie the gorilla. All right, so we're going to read a story about Gertie the gorilla. All right, there's going to be a ton of good words, and it'll give you some good ideas for maybe filling in those blanks. All right, well, I miss you all, and I can't wait to see you. Talk to you later. Bye. Gertie Gorilla's Glorious Gift. Gertie Gorilla hurried home from Alphabetty school. Today, she was going to Godfrey Goat's birthday party. Gertie gathered everything she needed to wrap her gift for Godfrey. She had glossy paper, she had glittery bows, and she had a goofy card. It was sure to make Godfrey giggle. Soon Gertie was finished. She gazed at her gift. It was glorious. Godfrey would gasp with glee when she gave it to him. Gertie said goodbye to Gramps and Granny. She galloped across the garden. She wiggled through the gate and she waggled past the grove of green trees. Gertie gazed up at the leaves. Golly, she grinned. I got a great idea. I'll grab a vine and glide over that grubby gulch. As Gertie was gliding over the gulch, she gasped. The vine sagged, it groaned, and then it gave way. Going, gone, cried Gertie. She hit the ground with a gooey lump. She got a grimy bath in grubby grit, and she lost her grip on Godfrey's gift. The gift hit the bottom of the soggy, boggy gulch. Oh no, Gertie groaned. Godfrey's gift is a goner. And look at my gorgeous gown. Gertie struggled out of the gulch. Just then, Gary Gazelle came galloping up the hill. Gertie, he cried, where are you going in such a grubby gown? Then he gasped, and look at that grimy gift down in the gulch. I was going to Godfrey Goat's birthday party, Gertie grumbled, but now I can't go. My gift and I are too grubby. Gary grinned. He led Gertie to the other side of the hill. I suggest that you jump in this nice, clean, gurgling brook. You'll be a bit soggy, but you won't be grubby. That's a great idea, said Gertie. She wiggled and waggled her way down to the gushing brook. Bing, bang, boing! Gertie flung herself into the water. Gertie was giddy with glee. She giggled as she wiggled in the gurgling brook. She plunged under water. Golly, that felt good, Gertie gulped. Then Gertie Gorilla groaned. But what should I do about my grimy gift? Gary brought the gift to Gertie. You can't wash it, said Gary. Your gift would get too soggy. Suddenly, Gertie grinned. She grabbed the gift, she hugged it tight, and then she plunged under water. Again. Glug, glug, glug. Oh no, gasped Gary. Your gift is soaking wet. Oh, yes, giggled Gertie. Water won't hurt this gift. The dripping gift glistened in the golden sunlight. It gleamed and glowed just like Gertie. Gary Gazelle groaned. What will you tell Godfrey about his soggy gift? Gertie Gorilla grinned. I'll tell Godfrey the truth. His gift is ready to go. When Gertie galloped into Godfrey's party, she handed him the drippy gift. It's a little soggy, she giggled, but water is good for this gift. Godfrey tore off the drippy paper. He opened the soggy box. Oh, Gertie, he gasped. What a great gift! Swim goggles. Gertie grinned happily. Then Godfrey Goat grabbed Gertie Gorilla's hand, and together they galloped with glee into the gurgling brook.